Manipur. Now, couple of aspects to play that are at play over here. Manipur violence, that particular case has made its way to the Supreme Court, number one, Varghese. Number two is the fact that the Chief Minister, Biren Singh, is here in the national capital. JP Nadda and Biren Singh, and I think we've got visuals of that as well, left Amit Shah's residence, the Home Minister's residence, really late at night. They had a long meeting and they left the residence really late at night. Apart from that, Biren Singh has given a statement as well. Biren Singh has come out with a statement. In a particular interview, I think to the Hindu, he says May 3rd incident was pre-planned. He says the May 3rd incident was pre-planned.
As you were speaking, I was just taking up that particular article. May 3 violence was likely pre-planned, was what Manipur CM is in fact saying. He said that the violence that started on May 3rd was likely pre-planned. He also said that to stop illegal migration from Myanmar, the state has sought more central forces with the speedy fencing of 398 kilometers porous international border. Now, Singh also told the Hindu in the interview that he had spoken to Metis civil society groups and would ensure that the Kuki Zo MLAs are not harmed. The tribal MLAs are likely to skip the session due to security concerns. And ministers, we are told, friends, I'm talking to them. I told them, this is what I'm quoting what Biren is saying, that he had spoken to them. Only the illegal migrants cannot be accommodated, is what Biren Singh is saying. Now, as you said, Singh was in a meeting with the Home Minister. He was in Delhi. He said the priority is to accommodate displaced persons of both communities, and around 4,000 prefabricated homes were being constructed in hills and valleys. Remember the wanton destruction.
I think a big part of that particular discussion with the Home Minister was also that, you know, I need centre's help to rebuild these destroyed homes.
Because a whole lot of, I mean, we just saw the visuals, right?
And I think just reconstruction of actual homes and, you know, shifting them back, relocating them back into more, you know, more concrete structures might just be the first step up towards reconciliation, towards restoring normalcy.
I don't know about reconciliation, but it's going to be a very tough task. But at least they have started to assuage one of the biggest problems that is there for the people in Manipur, that is for the displaced people, that they don't have homes. And prefabricated, you know, construction material that is being taken, hope the process tends to speed up. So they've actually gone for that, which is an interesting.
On the other hand, Varghese, on the other hand, you also have the fact of the Manipur Assembly not, you know, being convened last time around. It couldn't happen. The government did not give its their assent. And when I'm talking about the governor, it's also interesting to note that after the Chief Minister's visit, it's the governor that is next in line. The governor is going to come to the national capital, is going to meet, you know, the top brass, meet with the Prime Minister and
the centre is keeping
the Home Minister.
The centre is keeping.
Those are the visuals. I mean, take a look at in the wee hours of the night. That's when you know.
Biren Singh
had come to Biren Singh. That's a glimpse of the Chief Minister.
Also, Kabir, just to say that elaborating on the violence, this is again from the Hindu, elaborating on the violence being pre-planned, Mr. Singh said that the tribal solidarity rally was organized to protest against the High Court order, but the state government never concurred with the court's recommendation to include the Metis community on the scheduled tribe list. That's a big statement that he's
That is actually a big statement. Can you read that out again? So essentially,
so what he's saying is that
for what many say that the actual intervention by the Manipur High Court was the actual trigger point.
A trigger point for this
on May 3rd when the protests erupted.
What he's saying is that, you know, again I'll read that particular part. He's saying, elaborating on the violence being pre-planned, Mr. Singh said that the tribal solidarity rally was organized to protest against a High Court order. But the state government never concurred with the court's recommendation to include the Metis community on the scheduled tribe list. There was no reason for violence. Had we agreed for ST demand, then there would have been a reason. We cannot take the decisions unilaterally.
That does sound like a logical statement.
34 tribes in Manipur is what he said.
Doesn't that sound a bit more logical stance coming there from the Chief Minister?
See, if you had to make that statement, you could have made it when that court order came itself.
Okay.
Before this would have spiraled out of control and this kind of violence could have happened. But this statement is coming too late and too little. And it is going to be not something that, you know, now if you're trying to distance, the violence has happened for almost from May 3rd, May, June, July, in August. So it's happened, August almost done. So we are reaching September. So till now, the
What
violence had
what
continued.
took the Chief Minister 4 months to come out with this statement?
Exactly. If that was the
We have a
situation, he
reaction
could have
coming
made that
from the
statement
Chief
long time
Minister.
back.
We have a reaction coming from the Chief Minister. Listen into this one, a completely contrary logical stance, it seems.
Okay.
Because politics, it seems, is still at play. I've been saying it time and again that all sides should come out and think for the betterment of the common man out there. People who don't even have relief centers. What about them?
That's the point.
Exactly. Listen into what the Chief Minister had to say, this particular reaction.
लद्दाख से मणिपुर कैसे याद आ गया? वो लद्दाख में जा रहा है तो लद्दाख का बात करो. मणिपुर किसने अटैक किया है? मणिपुर में जो अभी हो रहा है वो तो कांग्रेस ने क्रिएट किया हुआ है साहब. तो खेल नहीं है. पॉलिटिक्स लाइव, ह्यूमन लाइफ में पॉलिटिक्स नहीं करना है. राहुल जी को हम इतना ही बोलना चाहता हूँ, लद्दाख का बात करो. मणिपुर बार बार बोलते रहे कि उसका कांग्रेस का शासन, ये इसमें क्या हो रहा है, राजस्थान में क्या हो रहा है, उसका अलायंस कलकत्ता में, बंगाल में क्या हो रहा है, और रिसेंटली उसका अलायंस ये दिल्ली में क्या हो रहा है, उसको सब देख के बात करना चाहिए ना.
Sir, also you are meeting Mr. Amit Shah today. General, what are the agendas of the meeting, sir? Discussion.
नहीं देखो यूसु, ये गृह मंत्री जी जो है, ऐसा ही गृह मंत्री भारत में और मणिपुर के लिए तो पहली बार हम लोग ऐसा ही लीडर मिला है. तो ऑल द टाइम वी टेक हिज एडवाइस. और मतलब मणिपुर में अभी जो सुधारा है उसकी भाषण के बाद पार्लियामेंट में पीएम मोदी जी और अमित शाह जी का जो भाषण सुनने के बाद में अभी मणिपुर में शांति आ गया है. तो इसी की वजह से शांति और आने के लिए और रिहेबिलिटेशन जो डिस्प्लेस पर्सन जो है उसको सेटलमेंट करने के लिए हम रूटीन वर्क है, हम गृह मंत्री जी से एडवाइस लेने आए हैं.
Well, now, Varghese, let me put it to you like this, and then we'll of course move on. Politics is still being played.
It is.
You're still calling out the Congress. You're still calling out Rahul Gandhi. And why I'm saying politics is being played, because I wouldn't expect anything else from the Congress when they're, harping praises against the BJP or vice versa. But what I'm saying is that you then follow that statement up by saying that because of the Home Minister and the Prime Minister's speeches in the Parliament, there is peace in Manipur. Only last week, we got to know about the Ukhrul killings, didn't we? Which happened after the parliamentary speeches. And that no confidence motion was on Manipur. Many people, government critics came out and said that when did you actually speak on Manipur at all? People have given out time portions, quotations of what the topic actually was and what it turned out to be. It seemed more of a government report card when it should have been on Manipur. And that's what the tweets was, when the Prime Minister was speaking, on the final day of the Parliament. There were proper, on the microblogging website, there were proper posts that said 60 minutes in, not a word on Manipur, 70 minutes in, not a word on Manipur. That is the bigger question, that you're still playing politics. On one hand, you're giving these logical statements, but on the other hand, you're saying that...
But it's too late, isn't it?
I mean,
if you had come on the day when this thing had happened, when the violence had happened, or when that tribal rally was being taken, you could have made the statement, see, the state does not concur, it is going to be difficult. You could have said that we would have made, we will make a representation to the High Court. From the government side, we would say that there are 34 tribes in Manipur, and therefore it's going to be difficult, and that we do not concur with the fact that Metis will be put on the scheduled tribes list. It was a simple statement that could have been made the day after this. You waited for the rally to happen, you waited for the violence to happen, you waited for the law and order situation to go completely haywire. And then you have your own people. Remember, some of the senior BJP leaders coming and say law and order has failed.
Supreme Court had to come in and say that the law and order doesn't exist in Manipur.
So after
but
all
then again,
that,
Varghese, it's
this
also
statement
important.
comes after almost 4 months.
I personally feel that it's important that the good parts, the positive aspects should also come out, and they should be highlighted. And I really welcome this particular statement from the Chief Minister where he says that, had we supported the Metis community's demand, then this was, this would have made sense. We never, concurred with what the Manipur High
But
Court
why
had
the
to say.
statement? My question is, why the statement is coming quite late?
Did come late, and that's why I'm saying, but the statement comes late, but the statement has come. And secondly, the houses are being rebuilt. He's spoken with the center about it. And more importantly, the Manipur Assembly on the 29th of this month,
at least
he's saying that he will provide security to the Kuki-Zo community. MLAs, please do come out, attend the
because
assembly
one
session.
more thing
it's
is
important the assembly session
Kabir,
also
the
takes place.
51-member peace committee was a non-starter. Maybe the session, the assembly, is the only place where the Kukizo community, the Metis and the Nagas would be able to come together and speak. So I think that should be highlighted as fast as possible, because that is the only, the assembly session could be the only place where dialogue could start, and I hope it starts.